Hello and welcome to another episode of DMV Muscles Live. I'm here with fitness enthusiast Nikki with a Y, and she's going to be helping us today in our fitness journeys. She's going to teach us a bit about why is nutrition important. And let's start that off with the first question. Nikki, why is nutrition important as we go on our fitness journeys? Can't we just go to the gym and bench, 200 pounds?
No, unfortunately, that's not how it works. You have to maintain a certain diet if you want to lose weight. So if you want to maintain your weight, you still have to eat healthy. However, if you want to lose weight, you have to decrease your calories.
Okay. And so when you say decrease your calories, how do we know how much we're supposed to take in? And then when we decrease them, how much do we want to decrease them by? And how does that work? What type of approach should we have as we look at that?
Okay, so for men, the calorie intake for men, daily calorie intake is 2,500 calories per day. But if you want to lose weight, you can, you have to cut 500 calories off the 2,500 calorie count.
So 500 calories, that's like
Yes.
one Whopper, one Big Mac, like one
Well, guess
real
what?
sandwich.
A Whopper or a Big Mac
yeah.
is way more than 500 calories,
Oh, really?
more than likely.
Wishful thinking
Yeah.
for the big boys. Big boys are all like, okay, let's cut back 1/4 pounder with cheese and I'm okay. No, that's actually more. So,
Yeah.
Are there tools that will help us? So if I'm challenged when it comes to counting calories and I'm not looking at the fast food menus, which I guess now have calorie counts, is there anything that can help us count our calories during the day that would help us keep track of our caloric intake?
Well, the thing is, I do have, if you can meal prep. So I didn't mean to turn around like this, but I wanted to grab something.
Now, what is meal prepping?
So meal prep. So a lot of people, what happens is that if you want to lose weight, it's better to plan your meal prep at the beginning of the week. So you can meal prep on a Sunday. And meal prep is how you proportion your protein, your carbs, and your veggies.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and then you can also have a little snack too, but it can't be a Whopper.
It can't be a Whopper.
Yeah.
It can't be 5 cookies. Okay, you can't have a bunch of
Absolutely.
Oreos in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
So you can't fill the whole thing with Oreos.
Right.
You gotta kind of have,
You have
said
to
a protein, a meat, I guess?
Yes.
Some type of carb.
And veggie.
Okay.
So here I have.
And let me take this. I'll take this and I'll show this to people. Okay.
Yep.
So, all right. So this is 4 compartments in there, and a top, and this
Yes.
is microwave safe?
Yes, it's yes, microwave safe. And the thing is that the good part of this is, so right now it's a half of a cup, right? So, but if you push it down, it's a whole cup.
Oh, wow. Hold on. Let's see that. You see that from the angle, at a different angle. So you see that if you push it down, it's a whole cup. So is it easy to do?
Yeah.
You pop it, so then you have a half cup and then
a half cup of rice, a whole cup. Yep.
Okay,
so that's how you actually measure your intake. So if you want to, do a half a cup, you can do half a cup. You want to do a whole cup, you just push it down. So that's how you actually maintain your intake, your meal intake.
Okay. So how do we determine how to meal prep? What do we put in there? How many times a day do we eat? I know it's asking a lot. You don't have to give it all to us today, but how do we start the meal prepping? What should we be thinking about in terms of meal prepping? And then what's meal prepping anyway? What does that just mean?
So you meal prep, you want to have 3 meals with you per day.
Okay.
And meal prep is actually, if you want to lose weight, so you can, it's a calorie count. So everything that you put in these little small compartments, you weighing your, how many calories that you're eating. So say for instance, if you have protein usually no more than 4 to 6 ounces or no bigger than the palm of your hand, pretty much.
Palm have a big palm.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I have a big palm. Okay, hold on.
I mean, generally speaking.
Right, okay.
However, so that's pretty much far as your protein, and then you have your carbs, and then you have your veggies. You know, you always want to have more veggies than, you know, carbs, you know. So, right. And protein is pretty much just like I said, 6 ounces the max. Okay. 6 ounces is the max for protein. Okay. And protein is fish, chicken, you know, steak or whatever you eat, because some people don't eat, you know, chicken or steak, you know, they prefer fish.
So I know there's different schools of thought. So what's the school of thought for Nikky? And when you advise people, is it 3 meals a day? Is it 5 meals a day? Is it 6 meals? How should people, what should be the goal? And then what's a realistic goal?
Well, it's 3 meals a day. There will be times when you lose the weight that you want to lose and you want to start building muscle, then you add on maybe some more meals onto what you're already eating. Right. You know, so even if you, like sometimes if you eat and say for someone wants to build muscle and they have to eat so many meals per day, and they're like, well, I'm not really hungry, you know what I mean? Right. But to get to where you want to be far as your muscle mass, you have to, it's more intake. Okay, so your approach is 3 meals a day. All right, using the meal prep, and the meal prepping is just when you advance prepare your meal so that when you go to work or wherever you go during the day, you don't buy food from McDonald's or Burger King. You just go to the kitchen, you reheat it or you eat it as is, and you've prepared your meal so that you don't have to have any guesswork or you don't leave yourself any room for bad decisions. Absolutely. So meal prepping helps, number one, keep you from making bad decisions, and two, provide you with nutritious meals throughout the day. Absolutely. All right, okay. Absolutely. It helps you stay on task. Yep, and then you can have your little snacks, you know, within your, you know, in a small portion, you know what I mean, in your meal prepping. Now, you got me excited, that's snacks. All right. Now again, I was thinking about Oreos earlier. You're saying snacks. What kind of snacks are we able to have? We're having, if we're, say for me, I'm a big guy, I'm trying to get fit. What kind of snacks can I have? So you can do, like my go-to is like apple slices and peanut butter. Okay. But you can't eat a whole thing of peanut butter, you know what I mean? You have to. Okay, so you can't have a jar of Jif. Right. Okay, and then like a couple slices of apple and just using the apple like a spoon. Yeah, absolutely, right. Okay. So you can have, you know how they have those small packages in the store, apples, the red apples or the green apples, and you can take, you know, a little bit of peanut butter and put a slither of peanut butter, not throw it down and gobble it down. I'm glad you said that because a slither. Because I was thinking more of a dollop, you know, like, you know, you have you have a teaspoonful of peanut butter and you slap it on top of there. No. And you see a little bit of apple sticking from underneath. No. So, no, you have to be very careful because a tablespoon of peanut butter, if I'm not mistaken, is 190 calories. So you have to be very careful on how, you know, what your intake is. So if you have 10 of those tablespoons, then you're done. That's your whole day's worth of eating. Yeah. So if you had a snack with 4 apple slices with 4 tablespoons of peanut butter, then you've ruined your whole day. Almost, okay. Yep. So that's say 200 calories, and you say eat it 5 times. That's 1,000 calories already gone. Yeah, and we don't want that. Yeah. We want to still enjoy our day, enjoy our life, but then do it in a way that recognizes our goals. Absolutely. And our goal is to be fit. Absolutely. Even though we don't, you know, some people don't always adhere to that. So you're going to show us today some other tips, and you gave us one delicious thing that we can do to get your nutrients in, meal prep. Yep. And it's not using a container, but it's also actually using a mason jar in this case. Yes. You've made us smoothies. Yes. So talk about the smoothie. I'm going to do what I like to do, and that's I'm going to eat the smoothie. So I'm going to. Here, this is a smoothie that I created. With the smoothie, the calorie count here is maybe about 200, no more than 250 calories, right? So this is almost like an 8 ounce. This is all vegetables. This is kale, collard. This is ginger, mint, cucumber, and I did use coconut milk. Wow. So where did you find the recipes? Did you just make that up, or you just? Well, I just created it off the top of my head. So And it's pretty good because you're getting all of the natural flavors from and I put apples in it too. To give it a little sweetness.
A little sweetness.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, okay.
But just, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not going to be as sweet as you would like it to be, but you still have, you can taste the sweetness because I did put apples in it.
Now, what are the benefits of some of the things that you put in there? You said ginger, you have collards in there, you have mint. So what are some of the benefits of those items in terms of the food that you're getting and the nutrition?
Well, it gives you like a boost. It gives you energy.
Okay.
Yeah, for number one. So and then number two, you're getting more veggies in your system.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like if you think about it, even although it's a smoothie, but you also getting your veggies and then you're getting your fruit, like a taste of, just like I said, sweetness in it. However, then you have your veggies later on in the day. So it's like almost having a treat.
Right.
But it's just a veggie treat. You know what I mean? Like early in the morning.
So you're giving yourself a treat, and it feels like a treat, but really it's filled with nutrients.
Absolutely.
And vitamins.
Absolutely.
And fiber, which is important. And fiber gives you that
Absolutely.
full feeling, so you don't feel extra hungry, I would guess.
Absolutely.
And so what's in mine?
That is a mixed berry.
Okay.
It's mixed berries. It's strawberries. It's blueberries. I actually used a blueberry lavender milk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and yours.
A little bit of milk in there. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
She
So-
knows I need a little something extra.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All
I put the ginger in there just as well.
Okay.
I did put greens in there, like kale and collard greens or something like that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is another way to meal prep. If you
Absolutely.
are good at drinking, like I'm good at drinking from years of drinking, I'm not going to go into that commentary now. But I can do this. Like I probably couldn't eat a plate of greens and berries right now, but I could drink this down just at work at my desk.
Absolutely.
Or at lunchtime, I gotta drink this down. I'll feel satisfied. And is there a way? Do you prepare this in advance and bring it with you to work, or do you have to prepare it at work, or how would that work if we're fitting it into a normal weekday, more or less?
So with me, so this one I did, today is Monday, so I actually prepared this one, this is like a day. I prepared it a day before, and I just leave it in the refrigerator. So I had this one already, but I made that one fresh.
All right.
So I guess like 1-2 days at the max. If you want to prep, you don't want to leave it in the refrigerator too long. At the max is maybe 3 days, but just like I said, this I had made like yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
sometime
we have a
yesterday.
quick review. Now, this was delicious. And it was sweet, but not overly sweet. Like you
Okay.
can taste it. And you taste the ginger in there too. And ginger brings like a little bit of a heat to it, but not in this case
It's
because
spicy.
it's cold. Yeah, a little bit spicy.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. And I felt like it tasted a little bit of mint, but maybe it's the ginger. There's a little bit of mint in there.
I put mint in
So she
it.
put together a delicious concoction, and she did it like in maybe 10 minutes upstairs, right before we met for this. And it's delicious. So I will say, this is great. Are you going to make this available? Can we put this recipe up for this smoothie or the other smoothie as a make good, or just as something for people watching this today and say, I want to try a smoothie like that? Can I
Absolutely,
try it?
absolutely.
We're not going to give you her secret recipe, but we're going to give you the ingredients. Okay, we're not going to tell you how much she put in there. Okay,
Right,
We're going to give
right.
you clues as to how you can make your own, and then you go from there. But if you want the specific recipe or you want specific smoothie, you have to call Nikky and contact Nikky. And of course, you
Absolutely.
can connect with you on Instagram.
Yes, you
Okay.
can reach me on Instagram at nickfitness_ at the end. And I have a personal IG just as well, but I prefer for everyone to transition over to Nick Fitness.
Nick Fitness, okay.
And on Facebook, it's Nick Fitologist Harris.
Whoa, fitologist.
Yes, yes.
I like that. What does a fitologist do? All right, I like that. I am here with Nikky, the fitologist, and we're talking about smoothies. And what else? Okay.
So that's a name that I created because it basically covers everything for in a workout.
Right.
It's almost, you're using all of your like a car, your mechanics, all of your body parts. So it's like a fitologist. It's like a person, a scientist. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Because you're taking a very intellectual and thoughtful approach. You're not just saying, because when I first come across your page on Instagram, it was a lot of training. You were doing a lot of training.
Yes.
And so you saw a lot of the physical stuff, so a lot of the people working out and sweating and you motivating people, but there's a thoughtful approach to that. You're not just giving them things to do, you're not just sending them home, you're also teaching people how to eat, and that's the nutritionist part of it. So phytologist, which you've just coined, and maybe we need to see if we can patent that. As a phytologist, you bring a holistic approach. So you're not just helping people work out, or give them workout plans and motivate them, but you're also telling them how to eat and then giving them ideas of how they can incorporate this new idea of meal prepping into their diets. Now, what's the next step? So you brought some other things here to show us how we can meal prep and why they're important. So show us some more of these, of the technology and the goodies that you have for us.
So now I can pretty much eye a piece of fish if people actually, decide that they don't want to eat beef or, or chicken. So I have a scale here. This here is pretty much just about 5 ounces of wild caught salmon here. Okay. So I have a scale, a digital scale. So if you're unsure of how much you're supposed to eat, the scale's maybe a few dollars. It doesn't cost that much. So here, if you can change it to, give it a second, it's thinking. I can hardly see it. But if you weigh it, this actually weighs 4.8 ounces. Okay. So this is pretty much what your protein should be.
And proteins that you recommend, not just any protein, we can't just grab a burger or whatever. What do you recommend for the proteins? Protein would be things like fish, chicken, beef, I guess lean beef.
Yes, okay. Lean chicken.
Pork, pork in there
if people like pork, I mean, it's totally up to you what you like to eat. However, just it has to be proportioned.
Right.
Yeah. So
5 ounces or the size of the palm of your hand for the meat. And then what about the vegetables? Are leafy greens an option, or is it? I think a lot of people do string beans.
So you can do string beans. You can do cabbage, broccoli, any type of vegetables that you can think of that you can pretty much eat. And you always want to, even though that you are maintaining your meal portions, it's always to get a lot of veggies into your system. You know what I mean? So, and you want more veggies than anything else.
Yeah. I believe I saw the other day that they recommend 6 to 9 fruits and vegetables a day, which is a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
But I believe in this smoothie, I think we already have two, maybe one.
At least, well, the vegetables you have 2, right? But the fruits you have maybe about 3. Right. Because you have your strawberries, your blueberries in there, and blackberries.
Right, and so that's a good way to get your nutrition through the smoothies.
Absolutely.
And then a good way to get your nutrition throughout the day is the meal prep. And how long does it take you to meal prep? Do you have a specific menu that you go by? You go by what you feel? Is there a plan you follow?
Well, the thing is, for me, I'm not a person that eat steak, beef, or chicken. So I eat salmon. So I will actually meal prep during the week. So it takes maybe it all depends, a couple of hours to meal prep on a Sunday. So you would take a few hours out of your day to meal prep. Then you have your meals for a couple of days. So you have your meals from Monday all the way through Wednesday. You know what I mean? Even, through Thursday. It all depends, on how far you want to kind of push it through the week.
Cool. Now, for the meal prep items, that's sort of the nifty container that you had there before, and I've noticed some, I think in Costco and Wegmans, there's meal prep containers. Where do people get these meal prep containers, I guess?
You can get them from Marshalls. You can get this cute little thingy jiggy right here. I fell in love with this. You can get this from Aldi's.
Aldi's, okay.
Yes. I had one in Aldi's a couple of weeks ago, and I never actually really went into the store before, but people, talk about Aldi's all the time and rave about it. So I saw these in here. I actually had a couple of them, but I gave some away for gifts.
Okay.
So they can start meal prepping. But yeah, so you can do Aldi's, you can do Marshalls, TJ Maxx. They have them everywhere now, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Now, what about that scale? So the scale, you
can.
that?
I found that at Marshalls. You can pretty much get it from Bed Bath & Beyond or Big Lots or any place. I want to say maybe 5 and below. Maybe, I'm not sure, but that's always a good place to check.
And are we measuring the pre-cooked weight or the cooked weight when you're measuring for the protein on the scale?
Well, see, the thing is, so you can season your protein. However, you don't, like, say, for instance, some people use olive oil, right? So, say, if, on top of my head, maybe a tablespoon of olive oil is 120 calories. Right?
Whoa,
so,
really?
yes, you want to be very, very, yes.
Are you serious?
Yes,
okay.
yes. It's 120 calories. So you want to be very careful of how much you use.
Right.
It's actually better to use butter.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No margarine, but butter. Butter has less calories. But you have to, just like I said, you have to be, you don't go crazy with the butter.
Right. Don't just slather everything with butter.
Yes.
Martha Stewart type of deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to be, So a tablespoon of butter, it has less calories than a tablespoon of olive oil.
All right. So tell you what, as we kind of wrap this up, why don't you give us a meal that we can prep ourselves? And we're going to have a challenge ourselves this week to meal prep. Now, because some of us work in offices where people will not appreciate the smell of fish being in the microwave, give us a simple meal that we can meal prep today. Today being a holiday, I think it's President's Day. We can go home right now and put together 3 or 4 meals for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. What would you recommend?
You can do chicken breast.
Okay.
You can do. You can have your steak. You can do your broccoli. You can do your string beans. Also, you can add a carb. You can do a sweet potato.
Okay.
But not a large sweet potato. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
You can do. Also, you can do a baked potato if you choose to. You know. You just can't put all of the sour cream and all of it. You just can't load it up,
Okay, I was getting ready to say that my phytologist said that I could have a loaded baked potato as part of my meal prep. So here it is, the bacon, the chives, the sour cream.
No.
Okay,
So you can do a baked potato. So it's certain things that you can, put in your meal and still enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people feel like meal prepping, the food is not good, or you can't, put seasoning on it like you want to. You can, but you just can't overdo it.
Right. And then for big guys like myself that are African American, mine just salt.
Your salt intake. Absolutely.
Intake, and then it retains water.
Absolutely.
So you get a lot of water weight with salt. And then heart healthy things like olive oil is heart healthy, but it's high in calories.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have to kind of make that decision when you use butter or olive oil and when you're going to start meal prepping as well. And so we have a challenge this week. You have a challenge that you've set forth to all of us out here in YouTube land. We're going to go back this week. I'm going to actually see if I can do a video of me meal prepping, because I'm the unfit guy that loves fit folks like this young lady here, Nikky. And I'm going to try to meal prep for this week. Is that okay?
Yeah, you can try to meal prep. I think, it's just, just like working out, it's about discipline. You have to discipline yourself to kind of sketch out that time on a Sunday or a Monday to meal prep for 3 or 4 days during the week. You know what I mean? So, And side note, I am not a nutritionist. However, let me make that clear.
Disclaimer.
This is a disclaimer.
That's right,
I'm not a nutritionist. However, I do assist my clients with helping them to meal prep and to portion their food, their intake, and what they're eating.
That's right. And another disclaimer, this is purely for informational purposes only. Really encourage you to do all of your research.
Absolutely.
And also we want you to share with us. So if you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, and you're posting your workouts, you're posting your fitness journeys, or you're proud of what you've done this past week with your meal prep, hashtag DMV Muscles with an S. We'll check it out, we'll share it, and maybe we'll incorporate it into a future live episode.
Absolutely.
Of Fitness with Nikky.
Absolutely.
So,
and keep in mind, let me put this little tidbit, and keep in mind, no fried foods.
No.
Absolutely.
You heard her, no fried foods.
No fried foods. None. I had to throw that in there.
Okay, why? I was so ready to meal prep until she said that.
No fried foods.
Just give us the rationale. Why no fried foods? Okay.
Because of all of the like your arteries, the oil clogging up your arteries and things of that sort. It doesn't digest in your food. It has no nutritional value. Fried foods with no nutritional value at all.
I was asking for someone out there. It wasn't for me because I'm a little sad, but okay. All right.
So you can broil, you can bake, you can steam. There's other ways that you can actually prepare your food other than fried.
All right. So you heard our phytologist. She advised you. She didn't tell you to do it explicitly because take this with your own information.
Absolutely.
Okay? She's not your nutritionist. Your nutritionist should come from your fitness place where you work out, or from your doctor's office can give you a nutritionist.
Yeah, or a certified nutritionist.
Or a certified nutritionist.
Yeah.
They are out there.
Yeah.
But nutrition is a valuable part of your fitness journeys. I've just learned that, and hopefully I can apply it. Mm-hmm. And she says mix that up with a little bit of discipline, and we'll see how that works out. So for me, but we'll see you guys again next month in March, and we're going to be talking. We're going to try to give you some practical tools you can use when you're working out. And I'm sitting here in Nikky's studio, and she has these bells. What is this called?
Kettlebells.
Kettlebells. And I've been seeing people rocking the workouts with these kettlebells. So we're going to see if we can get her to show us some kettlebell moves this next episode. So look forward to that in March. And we're looking forward to hear from you about your fitness journeys. We're looking forward to hearing about you and your nutrition. And so just hit us up. Nikky, your Instagram again? My
Instagram is nickfitness_. And my Facebook page is Nick Fitologist Harris. So I'm always open to questions. If I don't know an answer, I will find the answer out. And I look forward to hearing from you all.
All right, and thanks. And this is Derek with DMV Muscles, dmvmuscles.com. Check us out on Facebook on DMV Muscles, or of course on YouTube. Hopefully you're watching here. Please subscribe. We'll have a lot more cool things coming your way.